Today marks the beginning of my journey to 100% every single Nancy Drew game ever made. And of course, I accidentally picked one of the hardest games to begin this adventure. This game tested my patience, stretched the limits of my brain power, and almost pushed me to the brink of insanity. So join me as we find out if I can, in fact, 100% Nancy Drew the curse of Blackmoor Manor. When I launched the game, I was buzzing with excitement. It opens with Nancy writing a letter to her boyfriend Ned explaining the mystery that she's been sent to solve. The letter that Nancy writes to Ned explains that her latest case has brought her to England, or more specifically, Blackmoor Manor, where her neighbor's daughter Linda now lives after marrying a British diplomat named Hugh Penvellyn. Two other people live in the manor alongside the couple, Hugh's aunt, Mrs. Drake, and his 12-year-old daughter, Jane. And now I have beef with this 12-year-old. Okay, wait. Let's get back on track. I'm sorry, seeing her face again activated me like a sleeper agent. We'll find out later why Jane is the actual bane of my existence. So, I was saying, unfortunately, the couple's honeymoon phase was brought to an abrupt end when Linda fell ill. So ill, in fact, that she is now practically bedridden, despite no one knowing why. Is there black mold growing in the walls? Did someone poison her with a blow dart? Or is she just a hypochondriac? No one knows. So, it's our job to solve this mystery. I mean, how hard could this possibly be?
Night, miss, and good luck.
What was that British accent? That's crazy. Night, miss! And that's not even the worst of the British accents we're gonna hear in this game. So to start out, Nancy gets dropped off literally in the middle of the night at this really creepy old mansion. We are off to a great start here. And as if the scenery couldn't get more creepy, something absolutely horrifying grabs our attention from the darkness. The anticipation.
Nancy.
No, I'm out. I'm out.
Who's there? Hello?
Don't ask them, just run. Let me in! Yeah, the sight of that lurking in the bushes would have had me jumping into the nearest garbage can and roll down the street into the nearest airplane home at the speed of light. But thankfully, this isn't real life. It's Nancy Drew, who is infinitely braver than I am, and she happens to stand her ground just long enough to be saved from this terrifying scene.
There's something out there!
Where, child?
Oh God.
Over there! I mean, something was out there.
Come in.
So it happens that we were saved by none other than Mrs. Drake, Hugh Penvellyn's aunt, and she definitely thinks we're crazy now.
Mrs. Drake, I heard something too.
Oh, people are always seeing and hearing things on the moor at night, especially you Americans.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is she trying to say all Americans are delusional? Listen, Mrs. Drake, or should I say Mrs. Snake? There's only one delusional person here, and that's you with your fake British accent. I can sniff that out from a mile away. I know what you are. Anyway, sorry, I got a little ahead of myself there. Mrs. Drake tells us to head up to her room and to meet her downstairs after we unpack. And is following the directions something I seem like I would do? No, I'm gonna snoop around. And I managed to stumble into an especially juicy conversation.
Edit. Stay in Italy as long as you want then. Some kind of husband you're proving to be. It's not all in my head. Don't bother.
Ooh, drama. Looks like things aren't looking good for the newlyweds. After hearing that information, I decided that now would be the perfect time to make an introduction and ignore Mrs. Drake's instructions.
Linda? Hi, it's me, Nancy Drew.
Nancy Drew, our friendly neighborhood detective. Well, welcome to Blackmoor Manor.
Hey girl, hey.
I apologize for greeting you under such unusual circumstances.
So, how are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Well, I feel like... I feel like something really strange is happening.
I didn't like that laugh. Yeah, I didn't like that laugh either. Who am I talking to right now? The Joker? Maybe her family should have sent her a therapist instead of a sleuthing teenager, but what do I know? So as we speak to Linda, we find out a few things. 1, she refuses to come out from behind the curtain, and I don't know, maybe she's just having a bad hair day or something? Whatever. And 2, her entire family tells her that her sickness is all in her head despite her swearing that she is experiencing these harrowing symptoms. Her mouth is dry, her vision is blurry, and she's tired all of the time. And I don't know, I'm no doctor, but have you tried drinking more water? It just sounds like you're dehydrated, girly. And to top it all off, she ends our conversation very cryptically.
There are some doors that should never be opened. There are some doors that hold secrets which must never be known. That's everything you need to know. Now if...
Is it?
Mommy, can I come in?
No. You're supposed to be in your lessons.
Lessons are over. I want to meet Nancy.
I said no, Jane.
Okay.
That was my stepdaughter. She can be such a pest sometimes.
Whoa, you better be
Anyway,
nice to her.
understand you-
Okay, at the time, I was like, dang, Linda, that was harsh. But now, I understand. I understand the pain all too well. But don't worry, we'll discover why Jane makes me want to launch myself into space soon. After Jane's interruption, Linda then gives us the cold shoulder after her unsuccessful attempt at trying to get us to leave the manor, as she thinks that there's no hope for her.
Linda?
Oh, she's giving me the silent treatment.
Okay, I'll let you rest.
Again, a little dramatic, but that's what I'm here to do, solve the mystery and hopefully get her back to normal. So after that very disappointing conversation, finding out literally nothing, I decided to expand my search, and I happened to stumble upon the best character in the game. Hello?
Oh, it's just a parrot. What's your name?
Lulu is the best character in this game, and I will die on that hill. Not only is she adorable, she is also the game's hint system, so she is incredibly useful and adorable. We'll get into how we can use the hint system later, but for now, let's just admire how cute she is.
Bye, bird.
Or is this my room?
There goes
What?
my cell phone. Hello?
Hi, Nancy. It's Mrs. Petrov. How is everything? Have you seen Linda yet?
Literally speaking, no, but I did talk to her. Not that she told me anything.
I'm just about at my wit's end. I've never known her to act like this. The last doctor that examined her said that aside from a little dry skin, which is not unusual for her, she was perfectly fine.
Yeah, why is she hiding behind that curtain? It's a little weird.
Why is she hiding behind that curtain?
I have no idea. When I was out there last week, I got fed up and pulled the curtain back. She threw a fit, but otherwise she looked absolutely normal. A little pale, perhaps, but who wouldn't be pale, cooped up like that?
And do you know who else is incredibly pale? Me, because I've been cooped up editing this video for the past couple of months. But I would really appreciate it if you're enjoying this video to subscribe and like the video. I have a very delusional goal of hitting 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and since I'm a new channel, it would help me out a lot, so thank you. Okay, enough of my rambling, let's get back to getting the lowdown on Linda.
Something has changed her. Something in that house. Hugh is just as bewildered and upset by her behavior as I am. Please get to the bottom of this, Nancy. You're our last hope.
And no one thought to call a therapist? Anyway, Miss Petrov, Linda's mother, fills us in on some of the details that we've been missing. It turns out that Hugh is currently in Rome, which is a whole other can of worms that we'll get into later. And he's been calling to talk to Linda every day, but every conversation they have, Linda flies off the handle, much like the one we heard before. Apparently, Linda has never acted like this before. Normally, she is a very level-headed person. And again, it sounds like a trip to the therapist, but I digress. We also get a little bit of gossip on Mrs. Drake. Apparently, she has been Blackmoor Manor's caretaker since her brother, Hugh's father, passed away. Miss Petrov seems to think that Mrs. Drake is a little off-putting.
That conservatory, slouching around, trowel in hand, murmuring to herself. You'd think she was burying something. Or somebody.
Or she's just hanging out. Like, okay, sure, Mrs. Drake is a little mean, but to make the enormous leap of comparing her being in her conservatory to her burying dead bodies, it's a little crazy. But this new information does give us something. a potential motive. At this point in time, we don't know much about the estate and who owns it, but Mrs. Drake seems to have a disdain for Americans, and she might not like that an American is married to the heir of Blackmoor Manor. And if I was the caretaker of the house and not the heir, I would feel some type of way. But at this point, I'm just pulling at straws and don't really have any evidence. This is just a theory, so we'll put a pin in it for now. I managed to finally stumble downstairs and discover these very intricate looking columns. I wonder if they'll be important later. Anyway, the first set of doors I clicked on led me into the library where we met Nigel. Harry. Oh, hey.
Ah, yes. Are you here from the agency? It's about time.
No.
No, I'm Nancy Drew, a friend of Linda's.
How do you do? I'm Nigel Mukherjee. I'm
Oh, that's quite
researching
the
the
name.
Penvillan family, and Mrs. Drake has graciously opened the library for me. Nothing much has been written about the Penvillans. Until now.
Why do you think that is?
It might have something to do with their scandalous history. Or perhaps it has something to do with the family treasure.
Whoa, okay, pause. I'm sorry. Did he say scandalous family history? Family treasure? Tell me more.
There are several skeletons rattling about in the Penvillan closet. Take, for example, Eleanor Penvillan, tried and convicted of witchcraft in 1650. Quite the height of the witch trials here in Essex. It was rumored that Cromwell arranged the conviction.
Now, I didn't know this at the time, but this little tidbit of information would turn out to be extremely important. But it seems like the Penvillan family has a crazy backstory because not only did Eleanor get tried and burned as a witch, but apparently in the 1600s there began to be sightings of a monster known as the Blackmoor Beast, who had red glowing eyes and sharp teeth that prowled the estate late at night. Huh. That sounds familiar. Anyways, apparently Eleanor forbade anyone from hunting the beast, which might not have been the smartest move considering people were already looking to accuse her of being a witch, and thus began the rumor that she turned her husband into a beast after he found out too much information about the elusive Penvillan treasure. Now, do I believe all of this? No. I'm not banking too much on the intelligence of the English people of the 1600s, especially since back in the day, if you breathed in the wrong direction, you would be accused of being a witch. Even though I'm not really buying the Blackmoor Beast story, I do go on to mention that we saw a similar creature that will now forever haunt my nightmares outside when we first arrived. And again, I'm just waved off and Nigel tells me that it was just jet lag, but I know what I saw. But the problem still stands. I don't know how all of this new information ties into Linda's mysterious illness. And with no other leads, I decided to finally pay a visit to Mrs. Drake, you know, the thing that I put off in the beginning. And she basically reiterates everything we just found out a few minutes ago. My bad for not following her directions to come to her directly, but can you blame me?
Now please, I really do not have time to entertain you. You may have the run of the house, but do not break anything, and refrain from mucking about with items that aren't yours.
Wow, I really feel welcomed here. Now, the only new piece of information that we get from this conversation is about our favorite character, Lulu.
Can you tell me about Lulu?
Lulu is a very old parrot. She must be over 80 years old. Please be very careful with her, especially if you feed her. Parrots have quite delicate constitutions, you know.
Yes, you can feed Lulu in this game, and it's so adorable, but we'll see more of that later. So now, after talking to everyone I could, I discovered that I can now access Jane's room now that her lesson is over, and I can talk to her. As you guys know, I have beef with her, and you will discover why very soon. Hello?
Hi. You must be Nancy. I'm so pleased you're here. I'm Jane. I know you've come to visit my stepmom, but I'd love it if you could pop by whenever you get the chance. Oh, we'll have such fun. Let's play a game.
Ah, yes, let's play a game. Those words will soon become the bane of my existence. I'm so sorry, but this character model is the scariest character model I've seen in my life. She looks like Chucky. It seems like my intuition was right on track here. Anyway, instead of immediately playing a game, I asked her some questions first. A smart move on my part.
I'd like to ask some questions first.
Sure, what do you want to know? About Mummy? I mean, Linda. I do hope you'll help. She's been a bit out of sorts lately.
Do you know why she doesn't want to be seen?
I think maybe it's because of the lady in black.
Okay, wait, there's now a lady in black? How many more secrets does this family have? What is she gonna tell me next? There's a goblin hiding in her closet? This family is weird, you guys. Anyway, Jane goes on to tell us that she was playing in Linda's room when she saw a figure, aka the lady in black, putting something into her bedroom drawer, and shortly after that was when Linda started feeling ill. Huh, suspicious.
I don't want to think about that. Let's play a game. It will cheer me up.
And of course, before I can leave, Jane does manage to trap me. In exchange for giving me information, I must play a game from Jane's game box. Yes, this does become a pattern later on. She, of course, gives me many games to choose from. How nice. After strong-arming me into playing a game, I get to choose the game she tortures me with. Great. What's this?
Wanna play whatever game this is?
Okay. I actually found it in your room. Actually, it's Bridget's room. I mean, it used to be her room. I mean, she died like 300 years ago. You can see a painting of her in the Great Hall. She's the one with the telescope.
An interesting piece of information. Let's put a pin in that for now. The rules of the game that I picked up are simple. All the cards are turned upside down, and it is my job to flip them and try to match the pictures from memory in 40 tries. The only thing is my memory is terrible. No, okay, I'm forgetting everything. Wait. No, oh no. Oh, all hope is lost. Wait. Frick. Wait, yes, right here. Great. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, wait, here. Oh, no. I'm just gonna click random. Oh, wait. Okay. She said I have to get this in 40 tries. I feel like I already did 40. Oh, no. Oh, I'm getting somewhere. Columbia. Nope. Okay, I found that. Yes, I did it. Thankfully, I managed to beat it the first time, but that was just sad. I have the memory of a goldfish. The good news is I am no longer stuck in Jane's room being forced to play games, for now at least. Before I leave, I asked Jane about the treasure that Nigel told me about earlier. Jane says that she has no idea about it, which, I mean, fair, she's like 12, not a treasure hunter. And I also took the opportunity to ask if she recognized the lady in black.
The lady in black you saw in Linda's room. Did she look like anyone you know?
Like I said before, I couldn't really see her face, but she was kind of dressed like the lady in the Great Hall.
Which lady?
Eleanor. I know it sounds weird, that's why I didn't want to tell anyone. It's too creepy. Sometimes I wonder if I just dreamed it all up. Mrs. Drake is always saying I have a rampant imagination.
Great. So far, we know that Linda is sick with a mysterious illness that everyone thinks is in her head, and that she only became ill when Jane saw a mysterious lady in black who happens to be Eleanor, a Penvillain who lived in the 1600s, put something into Linda's nightstand. So it's either a ghost cursed Linda, or Linda needs a therapist. I'm really loving all the leads that I have so far. I feel really accomplished. In an attempt to find out more information, I start scouring Jane's room. I find a book filled with Nordic runes, an interesting book for a 12-year-old to have, and then I find something super cute. Ooh.
I used that to make cakes for Lulu the parrot. That's why the ingredients are so nasty. Like I would eat mealworms.
Yes, here is where we actually get to make cakes for Lulu. Isn't that adorable? Anyways, I continue to snoop around Jane's room, and I just love how she's just letting me dig around her room like a little rat. Like, ooh, I found a piece of tissue in the trash. It must be connected to the case.
Who's this?
That's my mum, my real mum. She's an opera singer. It's not like she's famous or anything, but she does live in Paris.
What is this book?
Don't know really. Ethel gave it to me. She said it belonged to my grandfather.
Ethel is Jane's tutor. I don't know why it hasn't been mentioned yet, but we'll meet her soon. She's a character.
You had a guinea pig?
Yes, but it died.
Oh, rest in
When?
peace!
I don't know. I'd
Oh,
really
no.
rather not think about it, alright?
Unfortunately, there is kind of a dark story to this guinea pig. I won't explain it now as it unfolds later in the game, and I don't want to spoil anything about my reaction, but for now, let's just appreciate how cute this guinea pig is.
Oh, you startled me. You must be Nancy. I'm Jane's tutor, Ethel.
Remember how I said we'd be meeting Ethel soon? Earlier, I picked up Jane's school schedule, and let's just say there were some interesting things in it, like a whole lesson dedicated to Bridget Penvillain. Strange lessons to be teaching a 12-year-old. But I was willing to overlook that because I felt an immediate connection to her. See, she, like me, is a redhead, and I had a feeling because of this fact we would be great friends.
Yes, well, I'm sorry, but I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to go over some things with Jane.
Well, that was rude, Ethel. I wanted to be friends. Why'd you brush me off like that? Whatever, maybe she's just busy. After brushing off the cold sting of a friendship rejected, I went back to talk to Linda, who was still hiding behind the curtain.
I'm sorry to bother you again, but Jane told me about the lady in black.
What lady in black? Jane never said anything to me about a lady in black. That kid is so weird. I just don't get her.
After failing to get anything else out of Linda and with no one else to talk to, I head back to my room planning on researching a family therapist. But instead of that, I stumbled upon my very first puzzle, and oh boy, did I struggle with this one. Sitting on the chair in the corner of the room, I picked up a cube. Each side of the cube had some type of animal on the side: a lynx, a lion, a rabbit, a snake, and lastly, a fish. Strange. And if you open up the sides, there is a contraption inside where you can change the color and the phase of the moon. Now, if only I knew what any of it meant. At the time, I had no idea what to do or if I could even solve it, so I put a pin in it and went searching for clues to see if I could solve it, and accidentally stumbled into finding another huge clue. Monsters. What and why? The real deal with mummies, witches, vampires, or werewolves and vampires? Ooh, what's this number?
This phone number just might come.
Do I have to Will I have to memorize this phone number? Because I cannot memorize things for the life of me. Luckily, no, I did not have to memorize it. But we did have to pick up our phone and find the phone number in the phone and just call them. My social anxiety now I could never do that in real life.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Could I ask you some questions about lycanthropy?
I ended up getting a hold of Paliki Valdez, a lycanthropy research specialist. When I said let's talk to a therapist, this is not what I had in mind.
Well, if you didn't understand something, I'm afraid I really don't have time to explain it to you.
I understood everything. It's just that I know someone who seems to be exhibiting some of the symptoms of lycanthropic
Lycanthropic metamorphosis? Well, that's different. Talk to me.
Oh my gosh, sorry, her accent is like killing me. We went on to ask what the signs would be if someone were to turn into a werewolf, and she lists off the exact symptoms Linda is presenting. Great. But thankfully, before my train of thought can completely go off the rails, Paliki explains the human mind can cause these symptoms if the person truly believes they are having the symptoms. So basically the placebo effect.
Most lycanthropes are under a great deal of stress, due perhaps to the death of a loved one, marriage, divorce, a relocation, that sort of thing. They're emotionally vulnerable, which means they're particularly open to the power of suggestion. Somehow, they get it in their head that they're destined to take another form. They see something, they read something, someone says something to them. Somehow, they come to believe they're supposed to undergo a physical metamorphosis, and so, in their weakened psychological state, they do.
Interesting. So Linda must somehow believe that she's turning into a werewolf? At least that's what the game is trying to say, I think. And what's even more interesting is she only started having these symptoms after the lady in black that Jane saw put a note in her bedroom drawer. Something about all this seems fishy. After our enlightening conversation, I went on to continue to look for clues on how to solve the little box puzzle in my room, and I actually stumbled upon this. Oh, is this her? Oh, wait, is she the only one with all those color things? That was the box. Yes, this is Bridget Penvillen's crest. Do we remember Jane from earlier saying that I am staying in her old room? This is her. So it makes sense that her crest would hold the key to solving the puzzle. But the thing is, it's not the total key to solving the puzzle. It's only half of it. And I need to figure out what the other half is. Seeing as the crest is only giving us the color combinations and not what animal it's attributed to. This is so complicated. This is only the first puzzle and my brain is already melting. Wish me luck. What's this? Give me the clues. Oh, okay. This has animals. I feel, oh, wait. Do I have to find the one? with all of the animals on the cube. Good thing I found that because I was running around for like a good 20 minutes like a chicken with its head cut off. So now we have all of the keys to solving the puzzle. The graph shows where the animal placements are meant to be, while the crest shows what color or what moon phase is attributed to what animal. This is pretty straightforward. All I need to do is memorize the placements and put them in the box, and that's it. What could go wrong? Okay, I think I might have it. So Leo is to the east. 1. Okay, there we go. And then it's totally blacked out. Oh my god. No, it's fine. And then I don't think I did the serpent, which would have been north, and it's totally red. Okay, that probably wasn't it. I cut out so much footage of me trying to solve this. It's really sad. But finally, I did manage to solve the puzzle. Oh wait. Oh, I did it wrong. I think it's the other half.
Wonder what this
I
is.
did it. Huh, what do you know? There was a little telescope lens hiding in that box. It could come in handy, I guess. So I put it in my inventory for now, seeing as I have not discovered where I can use it yet. But I had a feeling that Jane would know where to tell me to look for one. But when I went to ask her, it was actually the middle of the night. I spent so long trying to solve the puzzle, it literally went from day to night. Just imagine Nancy running up and down the hallways of the manor like, I can't talk, I can't eat, I must solve this puzzle. Anyways, I went to bed and set my alarm to wake me up in the afternoon. You know, just a casual 18-hour nap, seeing as that's the only way to pass time fast in the game. But as I slept my time away, I was awoken by something truly frightening. That doesn't sound good.
What is that?
Is this the ghost of Eleanor coming to haunt me? I think I might be the one needing a therapist after all this is over. After I took a look into the hallway, only to discover that there was no one there, I tried my best to go back to sleep and forget about whatever was whispering nonsense out in the hallway. Thankfully, nothing else creepy happened that night, and I was able to wake up in the morning not dead. Fantastic. I then went and asked Jane about the telescope, and do you want to guess what she said? Okay, let's just ask Jane about the telescope. Jane. Oh wait,
Jane,
let them
there
talk.
used to be a telescope in my room.
Mm-hmm. I took it outside to look at the stars. But if you want it back, you'll have to play a game with me.
This little girl is the bane of my existence. She's like a little vulture preying upon my need for clues. And of course, the game she ends up making me play is the most confusing looking puzzle known to man. It is a 20-piece jigsaw puzzle, but the catch is I need to put it together before the 5-minute timer runs out. And I've never been good under pressure. Oh girl, you gotta give me more time than that. I have a little bird brain, I can't help it. Okay, let's find all the corner pieces. Oh wait, can we flip the pieces? Yup. Okay. Oh, what? What is this? Oh, this goes together.
4 minutes.
4 minutes? Girl, where is the other corner piece? Am I blind? I feel like I'm blind. Okay, let's try to
3
find...
minutes.
3 minutes. Okay. Progress. I don't know what the heck this piece is for. Does this go here?
2 minutes.
I hope you're enjoying this little girl. She's enjoying my pain. This goes here. Oh, okay. We're making some progress. Okay, wait. Boom. After I finally put together the puzzle, Jane agrees to put the telescope in my room when she has the chance. And now, free from Jane's grasp and trying to put my vision back together after staring at that monstrosity for 5 minutes, I stumble back into my room only to discover another puzzle. Oh wait, is it this? This guy. Oh. After using the telescope lens that we got from the other puzzle, the panel opened up to reveal a bunch of zodiac signs with little buttons. And I think the answer to this puzzle is a little obvious, as my chat was telling me not to overthink this, but what did I do? I overthought it. Why the stars seem to move. Okay, so, okay. So here's all the zodiac signs. Okay, wait. Her favorite day or her favorite thing was Bruma. I wonder if there's like specific planets during that time where they're like out. I have no idea why I thought this made sense. I think my brain was still melting from the puzzle prior to this. In the game, it does say that Bridget Penvillen's favorite day of the year is Bruma, but what does that have to do with the zodiac signs? I have no clue. I'll end your guys' suffering though, because I did this for another 15 minutes. The solution to the puzzle is to press the buttons in the same order as the zodiac signs, and in hindsight, this was a no-brainer, but I never said I was smart. And this. Okay. Yeah, I was overthinking it. It's a miracle I even finished the game. If I had this much trouble with the easiest puzzle in the game, it gets so much harder. Just you wait. After tucking my newly acquired moon piece into my pocket, I ended up chatting to Lulu to see if I could ask for a hint regarding this new piece I got. Hints. I'll take a hint.
Tell your troubles to Lulu. I need a hint when it comes to what to do with that prize I got when I pushed those zodiac buttons in my room.
The key is the columns are key. And Lulu is very, 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 very pretty.
Lulu is very pretty. So, remember those columns in the entry room from earlier? I told you they'd be important. She fed Lulu.
It's like a piece is missing.
Oh wait, is that what I have? Oh! Don't you just love it when you put a puzzle piece into a column and it opens up to reveal a suit of armor with pipes in it? Happens all the time. So after fiddling around and nothing happening, I closed the panel concealing the strange suit of armor inside. I decided that it's been a while since I paid a visit to Mrs. Drake and headed down into the conservatory where she's been this entire time. How many plants do you have, lady? You know, if I was her, I would also hide out in here to get away from Jane. You really can't blame her. What was your brother like?
What was your brother Alan like?
He was quite remarkable. He taught linguistics and computer science and won many prestigious awards. He loved games, especially pranks, and was forever tinkering with this and that. I do miss him sometimes.
We actually get a moment of genuine sadness from Mrs. Drake as she recounts how much she misses her brother. Aw. Apparently, he passed away a month after her husband passed away, and ever since then, it's been her all alone in that great house making sure that everything is taken care of. Until Hugh returned from the United States. What is that I smell? A motive? Okay, everyone, put your thinking caps on. It is theory time. Could it be that because Mrs. Drake wants the house to herself, dressed herself up as Eleanor, a ghost, and snuck a note into Linda's bedside drawer, convincing her that she is turning into a werewolf? Okay, that sounds ridiculous now that I'm saying it out loud. Just ignore me. Maybe instead of being investigator, I should have been a clown instead. Before leaving, I mentioned that the well in the conservatory is dried up because it's odd that since Mrs. Drake seems to be on top of everything in the house, that she would let it fall in a state of disrepair.
This conservatory is very beautiful. But why isn't there any water in the well?
I'm not quite sure. We never really used it, but it was always full of water. That is until my brother died. And then it just dried up. Most of these plants were brought over by my grandfather. He was quite the adventurer. I remember when he brought back Lulu from the Amazon. At first, Mother wouldn't allow us to play with it because it had picked up too many unsuitable words from sailors. But it gradually learned proper manners.
Lulu lore! At this point, the only character I love is Lulu. Please, give me more information on her. After our conversation, I leave Mrs. Drake to do her thing in the conservatory and make my way to the library to see if Nigel has any more juicy gossip. He doesn't really know much, but did give us some interesting information on Eleanor. Oh, this statue's interesting.
Piece, isn't it? James Penvellyn sculpted it in 1591. Although it appears that wand was added at a later date. He was quite a flamboyant figure and never married. But one day, a child appeared quite mysteriously in the castle, and he took her in as his own. That was Eleanor, and many of the townfolk believed her to be a changeling.
Man, Eleanor had a rough life. Right out of the gate, as a baby, people were already saying that she was a changeling or a fairy baby. She really did not have a chance. Oh wait, is this a thing? Oh, okay, maybe I lied before. This might be the easiest puzzle of the game. Each step on the staircase, when stepped on, makes a new sound. Wah, blooding, whoop. Oh no, this is another memory thing. So I have to memorize in what order the sounds come out, and at the top of the stairs, pull the corresponding levers in the order that I heard the sounds. Pretty easy. And then bang, which is E. Yay! I did have to go up and down the stairs a few times, but hey, I was just getting my steps in for the day. So with a newfound confidence, I take the key and try to unlock the mysterious door that has been sitting at the opposite end of the hallway, just calling for someone to open it.
I need the key.
Yeah, that didn't work. Don't worry, we'll come back to it later. I will open that mysterious door. When I return to my room, I discover that Jane actually is good on her word because lo and behold, there is now a telescope in the corner. I slot the eyepiece into the telescope, vibrating in anticipation because I might finally be getting somewhere, but I wasn't expecting this.
cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that actually scared me so bad. The screen goes dark and then all of a sudden a red mask pops up. That's frightening. Anyway, through this lens, we point the telescope to the painting in Nancy's room, and now we can see these hidden images in the painting. With each image, there is a number associated with it. There are 5 total: a happy and sad face, a parrot, a lyre, and a clarinet? I don't know, I'm just guessing. What do all of these images mean? Good question, I have no idea. So I pocketed that information and moved on, hoping to maybe get a stronger lead. Oops.
I need the key. I need the key.
Yeah, didn't look like the proper key. You know, like second time's the charm, right? It'll work. Just because it didn't work the first time doesn't mean it won't work the second time. Just being delusional. That's your suitcase key. After running around for like 20 minutes, I was so desperate to find a lead, I think I was going insane. And my chat probably thought the same thing, and I can't blame them. Though, in my frantic running around, I discovered a broken game machine in the entryway. Suspicious. So naturally, I ran to Mrs. Drake to solve my problem.
I'd like to play the card machine in the Great Hall, but it's broken.
It's not broken. I removed its crank, as it was proving to be too much of a distraction for Jane. I suppose I could see where it's gone to. But in the meantime, be a dear and do something for me, would you?
Oh, of course. You know what, Mrs. Drake? I am now starting to see the family resemblance between you and Jane. You're all just using me for favors. Anyway, seeing as I didn't really have a choice, I obliged Mrs. Drake. She explained she needs her seedlings put back into a box because of a certain game-obsessed 12-year-old who I will not name took them all out. It has now become my problem to fit all the plants back into the box while Mrs. Drake finds the lever I need. Do you know how many combinations there could possibly be in this puzzle? The boxes even rotate. We're gonna be here a while, aren't we? I feel like putting the biggest ones in first is kind of a nice strat to have, because then like you can kind of map out how much space they're going to take. It's always like you feel like you're getting close, and then it's like, actually, you're so wrong. You're so wrong for that. Oh no. Wait, I'm getting my hopes up way too soon. No, because like this isn't gonna line up right here. Yeah, no, this isn't right. And that's a little awkward spot though. Wait. Did I do it? Oh my God. Record time, record breaker over here. I actually solved the puzzle on my first try. Although it was by accident, I still solved it. And boy, was that an ego boost. Yay, so exciting. Wait, where'd she go? Oh, convenient, she left. She's like, oh yeah, do all that work for me. Bye, girl. Mrs. Drake did hold up her side of the bargain, even though she conveniently disappeared. But while she was gone, I got to snoop a little and discovered that she takes allergy medication. A detail that might not seem important in the moment, but will come up later. And now with the lever in tow, I pursue my only lead, the broken game box thing. After the white-haired lady hit her little jig, the game opened up and some very familiar symbols appeared. See, I told you guys we would see this again soon. My memory isn't completely terrible. I was ecstatic when I realized these matched the symbols and quickly punched them in thinking I would get another clue, but things are never that simple. Did it work?
Maybe she'll give that to me if I win.
If I win? What do you mean? I thought that was the game. I was like, this is a great game. I just press some buttons and it gives me what I want. Is there gonna be a tutorial? Yeah, there is literally no tutorial on how to play this game. We literally just get thrown straight into the frying pan. What? I don't get it. Are we supposed to clear the board or are we supposed to get matches? Even after one of my chatters explained the game to me, I still had no idea what to do. So let me explain what the game is. Basically, it's like Go Fish. You pick a column of cards to see if the other person has it. If you get all 3, you get a point. And whoever has more points wins. At least that's how I think the minigame works. Even after playing it, I still have no idea how it actually works. I wish there was a tutorial for this, because I am a little lost. I'm so confused. This is like one of the most confusing mini games I think I've encountered thus far. No light means it's up for grabs. I feel like I'm gonna lose. I feel like I've already lost. I won. Wait, how did I win? Don't know how I won, but I'm here. And after the most confounding game of Go Fish in my life, I got a mouse pointer. Thankfully, the solution on where to put it wasn't far. There's a little... Oh wait, this guy has like a little arrow. Now, what is the purpose of putting these pieces in here? Why does this house have knights just chilling in the columns with piping that we can smack around? Is this how the English do their plumbing? I had no idea, and honestly, no time to think about it, because how on earth is this relevant to Linda's mysterious illness? You know, the thing I was called here to solve in the first place? I ended up heading up to Jane's room, aiming to ask her more questions as I was putting off talking to her because I was scared of the outcome, but I had no other option.
Do you know the password? Do you know what the password is for the computer in the library?
Yes, but I won't tell. Not unless you beat me at Skull
And of course, we have to play another game. Do we see now why I was trying to avoid her entirely? Why couldn't I just have this one thing? I had just barely escaped that one minigame, and frankly, the last thing I wanted to do was play another confusing minigame. But I didn't have any other option. It was either grin and bear it, or never find out what was on that computer. Jane explains that we will be playing a variation of Go Fish. Yes, another Go Fish game, but this time it's called Skulls and Bones. How bad could I possibly be at this? You'd be astonished. I have 2 witches.
Do you have any witches?
Nada.
I was kind of hoping you would have. No, she's taking my cards.
Any haunted houses?
Oh, no, I was gonna ask for her haunted house.
You got a match. Good for you.
She got a match. Oh.
Do you have any coffins?
No, she's gonna steal them. She knows. What the heck? I don't even have a second to have it, and she just snatches it out of my hand. Oh my god.
Do you want to play a game?
The game was doing me so dirty that even my chat was astonished. At this point, it seemed like the game itself had a mind of its own, and it made its sole mission in life to be a menace to me. Okay,
Sorry. Do you have any coffins?
oh my god.
All yours.
This is rigged.
Go dig.
What in the awful RNG is this? It's terrible.
Do you have any zombies?
Here you go.
Okay, great. I have something. Didn't she have a
Do
spider?
you have any spiders?
Here you go.
I got a
Nice.
match.
Okay, finally. Right side, you just have to tie to win with this one too. I fear that's my only hope in this situation. Oh, bat. Oh my god.
You got a match. Good for you.
As soon as I get a card, she's like, nope, it's mine.
I win.
I just barely managed to win that one, but at least after all of that painstaking work, Jane has to give me the password of that computer, right?
Okay, the password for my grandfather's computer is on his coat of arms, plain as day.
You have got to be kidding me. After that moment, I was plotting Jane's downfall, because how do you put me through all of that and then not even follow through on telling me the password to your grandfather's computer? So I was forced to scour the Penvlin family tree until I found Jane's grandfather, and then I went to find his crest at the main hall, which I wouldn't have to waste my time doing if someone had just told me the password. Who is this man? I feel like this would be her grandfather. Are these just lines, or are they part of the sentence? A question I did not know at that time, but would turn out to be extremely important later on. The answer is no, those lines have nothing to do with the password on his computer, which is Pergamentum exit, but later we will find out their importance. After writing down the password, I scurry over to the library, rubbing my grubby hands together, just waiting to see what secrets I could learn on the computer.
Welcome, my adventure.
Hey, we did it.
Don't tell my sister, but there are ghosts in Blackmoor Manor. 13 of them to be exact. The problem is they're very shy, so they only come out when it's very late at night, usually just after midnight. What's worse, they'll only come out for a very short period of time. But if you can find and touch all 13 ghosts in the time you're allotted, come back here and I'll give you a prize, one which I guarantee you'll enjoy.
Okay, so I wasn't expecting that. What is with this family's obsession with games? Seeing as it wasn't even close to being midnight, I made a note to come back later. And with nothing else to do, I decided to check in on poor Linda and see if maybe she changed her mind and would provide more information on her mysterious illness.
What did the lady in black leave for you on your nightstand?
All I know is I've awakened something in this house.
Mystery.
Something that refuses to rest.
Maybe I should have looked up a therapist number while I was on the computer. Linda goes on to tell us that after Hugh left for Rome, she accidentally discovered a secret passageway in the manor. After exploring, she then discovered an ancient-looking message etched into the wall. After reading it, she came to the realization that it was some kind of ancient curse. How wonderful. She tried to laugh it off, but then that night, when she opened her nightstand drawer, she found a note with the very same message written on it. And after that is when her mysterious illness started. Me being curious curious about the whereabouts of the secret passageway, I decided to ask where it was, hoping that she'd continue to be more open with me, but that was not the case. Where is the secret passage?
Where is the secret passageway?
I can't tell you that. I've already caused my own doom. I won't do the same to you.
I can handle it, Linda, really.
You have no idea what you're up against.
How well do you get along with Jane?
I've been giving it the old college try, believe me. But she can just be so strange sometimes.
Maybe she's just trying too hard to get you to like her.
That could be part of it, but she'll just do the oddest things. Like one night just after Hugh left, she came into my room and insisted I read a book to her.
That's just normal child behavior, girl. What do you mean? She's so weird. She wanted me to read to her. What?
That doesn't sound very odd to me.
The book was on monsters and witches. I mean, what kind of little girl
Me.
reads books like that?
That was me as a child. Okay, listen, I am not a Jane fan, but Linda, it is not weird for children to like witches and vampires. I don't think you're being a very good stepmother here. You've got to at least try. So after getting that information from Linda, I realized it changed some things. Whoever saw Linda go into the secret passageway was likely the person who left that note in her drawer, because how else would they have known that she'd seen that message? But the thing I couldn't pin down quite yet is why? Everyone in this house is keeping their cards close to their chests, but I am going to figure out who is behind this. I just need to get better at solving puzzles first. Speaking of puzzles, I was alerted by my chat that I missed something with the key that I acquired earlier. You know, the one I tried to open the mysterious door with, the one that will haunt my dreams until I open it. Can I like click on anything over here? Oh wait, it's just the door. Wait, but oh, okay.
The key fits,
Oh.
but it won't turn. I need to put some kind of grease in there first.
Oh yes, nothing can ever come easy for me. While I was in front of Jane's room, I decided to pop in and ask her if she knew anything about the secret passage that Linda found. And do you want to guess what happened?
Do you think you could show me where the passageway is?
Wouldn't you rather play a game with me?
Oh no. Are we even surprised at this point? I tried to be sneaky and told her that if she'd show me the passageway first, then I'd play the game with her. Obviously, that was an empty promise, and she saw right through me.
No, we'll play a game, and if you win, I'll
Oh,
tell
no.
you what it is.
So the game Jane is strong-arming me into playing is called Bull.
It's really easy to play.
Don't let her fool you. This is yet another game that relies on random chance, and as we saw from before, this game is out to get me. But let me explain how the game works before we witness my misery playing it. Basically, each player has 4 warriors total, us being orange and Jane being blue. Each of us starts on the opposite ends of the track. Every turn we get 2 attempts. On the first attempt, we have to roll the dice, and whenever we roll, the warrior moves forward that many spaces. And the second attempt, we can roll again, or we can choose to pass. The goal is to land on the space where the other warrior is. So that's why it's important to have that pass button in case you get too close. Honestly, in real life, this might be a fun game I like to play because I love board games, but in this game, let's just say I didn't have much luck. Do I risk it? Oh no. Oh no.
Another warrior bites the dust.
Heads up, 2s are the most common. Oh, thank you. I feel like she's going to win. So if you land 2 away with 1 roll left, there's decent odds you'll get them. But if you land 2 away on your last roll, there's decent odds they'll get you. Oh, big thank you to my mod Liv for explaining the odds to me. You would think now with this in mind, the game would get a lot easier for me, but again, luck is just not on my side. This is the hardest game. This little girl's holding me hostage. RNG is not my friend. No, it's really
Too
not.
bad. You lose. Do you want to
Oh
play
my
again?
god. I swear I am the unluckiest person in the world. You're telling me my luck in every single one of these mini games has been trash? What are the odds of that? I'm scared. Yeah, okay.
You can go.
Another
Oh my god.
warrior bites the dust.
This game hates me. Should I roll again? No, wait. I should pass. Right? Because if I do roll again, I have a high chance of rolling 2 and then she would be 2 away. So I should pass.
I pass.
Pass.
Girl. Okay. Roll. Oh, I ran past her. Ooh, okay, this is kind of tricky. 1, 2, 3. The chances, so you say 2 is the most common one, which would put me here if I rolled a 2. If she rolled a 1, she would take me. Did I pass? But she has 2 rolls. So she has this is kind of an awkward spot. There's arguments for either here. You know what? I'm gonna roll. Oh! And finally, I won with my sanity just barely hanging on by a thread. And this time, Jane actually does fulfill her side of the bargain. She tells us that the secret passageway is hidden behind that mysterious door I have been so desperate to get open. And now with this information, I just want to get an axe and chop down that door so I can access all of its secrets. But I must resist. We need to solve this case without damaging someone's property, unless I want Nancy to go to prison. Okay, East Hall is locked.
The East Hall is locked. Do you know how I can get in it?
My great aunt took the key. She probably thought I'd break something in there. But I found another one. Here, you can keep it if you want.
Oh, well, thank you, Jane. That was surprisingly helpful of you. Maybe this is the game's way of apologizing about the torture it just put me through. But before we open the door to the mysterious room, is anyone else hungry? Well, I was, so I had Nancy order herself a proper English dinner. Hello, I'm hungry.
Boar's Head Pub, this is Tommy.
I'm supposed to call you if I want some food.
Right. Nancy Drew, out at the old Blackmoor Manor, are you? You must be Hank Marvin up there.
Okay. What do you have?
We've got some loop-de-loop, bangers and mash, a real fine pinky and perky, and a delicious dog's eye, me fork and knife, just rubber-ducked.
Honestly, I just picked a random option because my brain was not absorbing a single word that man was saying to me. Little did I know, though, I had accidentally chosen something that would solve a previous problem I had earlier.
Uncle Fred and Johnny Rudder?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, then. We'll come round and leave it at your Rory.
That must be the
Oh,
food
there
I
it is.
ordered. This smells delicious.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Ooh, what's
I can
that?
use my Johnny butter to grease up that lock outside Jane's room.
Yup, good old butter. Very tasty and also very useful for greasing up rusty old locks.
This'll loosen things up in there.
Is it this key? It is! Whoa, we just barter in there. And that solves our Jane problem. Good luck getting your way out of this one, Jane. Oh, you would like to get out of your room? Well, you have to play 100 games first. Oh, you don't like that? Too bad. You reap what you sow. Okay, let's not go too far here. That's not what the bar is for, but a girl can dream, right? It turns out that it's not a barricade, it's actually stairs. And if Nancy steps up on them, they reveal this. Oh, what the heck is this? I honestly had no idea what this image had anything to do with anything. I certainly had not seen anything that would match those symbols on the bottom, but I thought that maybe that phrase had a connection to someone's crest. And so I ran downstairs only to find that the potential lead was actually a dead end. Puzzled by what this image could mean and where the connection was, I proceeded to run around for a good 30 minutes. And also in that time, I found out that the plaque moves, which is great info, but I still had no clue what that meant. And when I was about to give up, I finally found the clue I needed to solve this puzzle. You're looking for words. Oh, like this?
As the moon rises upon thee.
Yes, the tapestry hanging in Jane's room was the answer all along. For some reason, I was looking for pictures and wasn't thinking that words could be the clue to the puzzle, so I was majorly tunnel visioned. The tapestry has words in it that are associated with the images on the plaque. I'll read the tapestry for you and let's see if you can pick out the words that match the plaque on the wall. As the moon rises upon thee, fear not but draw upon the strength of absent friends, and toast to their memories in happiness and wonder. With the stalwart heart of a knight, let charity be thy guiding angel. Stay firm in knowledge as a dedicated geometer, and fear not the ravages of Father Time. For dear child, as you learn the lessons of folly, the secrets of this world shall dawn in thy soul. After receiving that crucial piece of information, I went to work putting each picture to the corresponding word. Now, the tricky part was getting them into the correct order that they appear on the tapestry. Let's get the angel in the spot. So charity, angel, geometer. Oh, so mean. I just messed it all up. Oh God, okay. And then Father Time. Oh wait. Hey, we did it! It took a while, but I finally solved the puzzle. With a sense of accomplishment, I snatched the lightning puzzle piece and run to one of the columns. We now have 3 out of the 6 columns open. What relevance do they have to the mystery? I still have no idea. But I was ecstatic we made any progress at all. That was a rough hour and a half trying to solve that. Now, the question we've all been waiting for the answer to. What is behind that mysterious door? A confession letter? A ghost? A plane ticket home? But yeah, wait. Oh, I kinda got ahead of myself there. Anyway, at the surface, there really wasn't much going on in that room. Just some funky wallpaper, a peculiar green dragon statue, and a little gargoyle statue chilling in the corner. Nothing too weird, but this house is always hiding something in plain sight. Hey, oh.
The hands move.
He's waving at me. That'd be funny if I just brute forced it. I'm like, yep. That would be funny, but unfortunately, I am just not that lucky. I decided to sleep on it because why get brain damage from solving puzzles when you can just sleep all of your problems away? Though before I could commit, my chat told me I could actually solve the puzzle right now, and so immediately I stopped what I was doing and ran out the bedroom door only to be met with this. What? Who are you?
Who is that?
I don't want to know. Don't go after them. How about we run away? Oh, what's that?
I wonder if these are what made those red eyes I saw outside the night I arrived.
Did we just see the ghost of Eleanor? Unlikely. It's become very apparent that there is not a ghost, but someone pretending to be one. And also, who was lurking in the bushes wearing these goggles when I arrived? And how did they know when exactly I arrived? Did they just sit outside in the rain waiting for me? These very important questions I did not have the answer to at that moment. But the only person who couldn't have been in the bushes was Mrs. Drake, seeing as she was the one who saved me from that entire ordeal, which was problematic seeing as she was really the only one that I could think of that had a potential motive. But then again, it was too early to know the motive of anyone, and we would acquire more information regarding that soon. I couldn't spend too much time ruminating. I was on a mission to solve that dragon statue puzzle and hopefully get some answers about the secret passageway. I spent a while searching, desperately trying to find anything that looked like the dragon statue, and then it hit me. They're all kind of pointing. Oh, I think I get it. Finally, I managed to figure it out. So if you notice, all the figures on the crest are pointing in a certain direction, and very conveniently, there are the same amount of figures as dragon hands. All you have to do is copy what you see, and then boom, you should solve the puzzle. Oh, okay. The secret passageway is now open. Now I can look inside and finally see what Linda saw that scared her so badly.
If I want to look around in there, I'm going to need a flashlight.
Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. And little did I know all of the work that I was about to do in order to get that flashlight. Seeing as it was pretty late at night, I decided to set my alarm for midnight because if you remember, we still have to play that computer game Jane's grandfather set up. So I set my alarm ready for a good night's sleep and not getting woken up by ghosts again. Was it like a game? Oh, hello.
What was that?
Well, who is trying to haunt me? Do you want your goggles back? No, I don't think they wanted their goggles back. And seeing that conveniently whoever was rattling my door is not in sight, I think someone was just trying to scare me. Or trying to murder me because I'm getting close to solving this case. Hopefully it's more likely the first answer. So, getting back to what I originally set out to do, I decided to continue downstairs to where that computer game was. Though I did miss something by my door, but we'll come back to that later. Pergamentum... exit.
So who's ready to go on a ghost hunt?
Okay, everyone, strap up. Looks like we're going ghost hunting. Unfortunately, though, it's not real ghost hunting. Alan, Jane's grandfather, created a game where you actually have to run around the house looking for little green ghosties hidden in the walls. And of course, it's timed. And on top of that, it doesn't even tell you what the ghosts look like. Thanks, Alan. I can see where Jane gets her craziness from. And so, after running around like a crazed person, looking in various nooks and crannies, the singing stairs. Oh, here's one. I collected all 13 ghosts in just the nick of time, and then I was given this curious piece of information.
Congratulations, you're one of
Yeah!
the people who have seen the 13 ghosts of Blackmoor Manor. As a reward, I'm going to let you in on a little secret.
When you are facing the green dragon, look to the left and pull below the vase with the tree. And so, of course, I immediately ran upstairs to do just that. Okay, so facing the green dragon, look to the left, pull below. Oh! Whee! Oh wait, there's little targets in there. And just when I thought this house couldn't get any weirder, here we are. Anyways, if you noticed while I was going down the slide, there was a target, but I didn't have anything that I could throw at it. Don't worry though, we'll find something to throw soon. I mean, why couldn't Nancy just throw her shoe at it? Why do I need a specific item? Couldn't I just go in Jane's room and grab one of her games and throw it? Why can't I do that? A mystery we might never solve. Now, with that secret revealed and with even more questions pounding around in my head, I head off to bed and in the morning go straight to Mrs. Drake to find out more information. She doesn't reveal much. When I asked her about the possibility of the house being haunted, she doubled down on nothing being paranormal around here and fair. Just eliminating the possibility off of my list. And then I asked her where I could find a flashlight. She played dumb and then acted like she didn't know what that was.
A what? A flashlight? I'm sorry, but we do not possess every new gadget simply because our American cousins do.
Really, Mrs. Drake? You're telling me you do not know what a flashlight is? You're just being difficult on purpose. Forget it then. I'll figure it out on my own. So, putting off the inevitability of seeing Jane, because by now I figured out that if I wanted anything done, I would have to go through the sociopath 12-year-old. I decided to call up Hugh Penvillin. I'm gonna be honest here, I had no idea you could call him, and I hadn't for the entire time I had played up until this point. So, I'm just gonna summarize the information we received from him because it was a lot. He begins by telling us that Linda's temper has been literally crazy, like screaming at him for no reason and throwing the phone while talking to him. And honestly, Linda, that is crazy work. He also lets us know that being a Penvillin means everything to Mrs. Drake, and that she has been eyeing Linda strangely. And apparently there is a 6-month habitation clause where the spouse of the current heir must reside at the house for at least 6 months. If they fail to do so, then the estate passes over to the next legal heir, which would be none other than Mrs. Drake. I don't know about you, but I smell a motive. Additionally, we also learned that Mrs. Drake is the one who allowed Nigel, you know, the guy in the library that we haven't talked to in like forever, to stay in the manor because of the book that he was writing about the family, as she thinks that they should have had a book written about them already, which is a little narcissistic, but I'll let it slide. And finally, he gives up some tea on why his daughter is her. Apparently, Hugh and Jane's mother, Renee, divorced 2 years prior. Jane did not take it well. He described her as going into a tailspin, but she loves Linda and has been calling her mommy since Hugh and Linda got married. Which to me is odd because Linda doesn't seem to have that relationship with Jane. From the way that Linda talks about Jane, it's more like she's a nuisance. And I would assume Jane would feel that tension from Linda as she makes it very obvious from the way she talks about her and to her. But I do not have enough information to make a conclusion about this yet, so we'll have to put a pin in it for now. And once again, my only option of getting a lead on where to get a flashlight is none other than Jane. Let's see what torture she's got cooked up for me this time. Hey!
So, did you find what you were looking for in that secret passageway?
Let's just say you live in a very interesting house.
I don't want to hear. It's so scary to think people can be looking about behind these walls. But you shouldn't tell anyone about them either. If you do, they'll probably close them off and say they're too dangerous.
I don't know, Jane. Everything that I've been learning about this situation and house makes me believe that closing them off would actually be a good idea, but I digress.
Ever seen these before?
No, what are they?
I was hoping you could tell me. I found them in the hallway.
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen those before in my life.
And of course, when I ask about getting my hands on a flashlight, Jane says she conveniently doesn't have one, and she offers up glow sticks, but at a price.
A flashlight? Oh, Nancy, flashlight is an American term. In the UK, we call it a torch. I don't have one, but I do have a whole bunch of glow sticks. If you want one, you have to play a game with me.
Oh my god, I knew it!
I bought-
Thankfully, the Nancy Drew game devs had mercy because this minigame wasn't bad. It's like that one Candy Crush game all of our moms were addicted to like 10 years ago. I beat it with no problem and acquired my first glow stick. But this luck would come at a price. You'll see later. With my newly acquired glow stick in hand, I venture into the deep, dark depths of the secret passageway, ready to unlock the secrets of this old manor and hopefully not join Linda in turning into a werewolf, just in case that curse turns out to be real. Oh wait, before I do that, I should mention the thing I missed earlier with the mysterious door rattling from earlier. Before I went into the secret passageway, I went to my room and noticed these gaping scratch marks on my door. Who did that? Who has got nails like that? That's actually psychotic. So with that shocking discovery out of the way, let's check out that secret passageway. Okay, I got a glow stick. Oh, okay. Oh no, I'm gonna get really lost in here. I was so disoriented when I entered that passageway. Jane's glow stick did close to nothing for me, but I managed to make my way down the winding stairs and collided into a closed door with an ominous eye staring down at me. Could this be what Linda saw when she entered the secret passageway? It doesn't match her description. Odd. Okay.
Barber, and a picture of a parrot. I wonder if Lulu has something to do with this.
Oh, I gotta go talk to Lulu. Lulu.
Hello!
Does the word barber
I feel like I'm gonna have to
mean
write this
anything to
down.
you?
What's the magic word?
And so we find out that Lulu needs a magic word. And you know what? If Lulu wants me to do anything, I'm on it. I end up asking Mrs. Drake if she happened to know what the magic word could be, and after a few moments of reminiscing about her brother and father having a game with her that required magic words, she remembered the phrase.
Oh, what was it that they'd have to tell her? It's perched on the tip of my tongue. Ah, they had to tell Lulu that she was a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Oh, Lulu is so cute. And with this newly acquired knowledge, I went to try it out on Lulu to see if it would work.
Hello!
I know the magic word.
Magic word, magic word. What's the magic word?
Lulu is a very, very clever and beautiful bird.
Clever and beautiful. How true, clever and beautiful.
Easy, Lulu. You're hurting my ears.
So, what's your word?
Barber.
Leech.
Leech. Technically, you could solve this puzzle without Lulu if you are a genius and good with words, but I figure at this point in the video, we all know that I am neither of those things. I'll spare everyone the footage of me running up and down getting the words from Lulu, but basically every time you solve the word, another word pops up for you to go to Lulu to tell you the next word in the combination, and you do this until the door opens. For whatever reason, the game makes you adjust the green dragon arm puzzle literally every single time you want to go into the secret passageway, which adds a whole new level of tedious to this puzzle. Also, if that already wasn't annoying, partway through, Lulu decided to go on strike until I made a cake for her to eat.
Hello!
Lulu want a yummy cake?
Cake! Lulu on cake! Delicious!
Now, with Lulu's craving satisfied, I ran up and down the stairs a few more times, and pretty soon, I was sure that I was on the last word I needed to open that mysterious door. After this whole fiasco, things were looking up as I was getting to the end of this entire word puzzle journey. Nothing could go wrong from here on out. It was like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my god!
You gave me such a fright.
Ethel? I honestly forgotten about her existence up until this very point. After getting over my initial shock, she asked me why I was in that room, and honestly, I couldn't blame her. I probably looked insane running in and out, talking to Lulu and making cakes for her. Though, my spidey senses were tingling at this point. I realized in that moment, I really didn't know her or her motive since she was still a potential suspect, so I lied, telling her that I was just looking at the artifacts, and honestly, not a bad lie considering the entire house looks like a museum.
Oh, I see. Well, I didn't realize you were so interested in the treasures of Blackmoor.
I don't like the way you're talking to me right now. I was so offended at the prospect of Ethel being suspicious of me that I turned on her, naming her my suspect number 1 even though I had no evidence. But if you know me, I could not let her sassiness go. Only someone with something to hide would treat me like that. Why are you so sensitive about this room, Ethel? Do you know something about it? After some questioning about Jane's education and some vague answers, she finally let something very interesting slip.
Do you know much about the Penville family history?
Only that they were a very well-respected and talented family. Many of my ancestors were tutors of some of the Penvillans, and I feel very honored to continue that tradition.
Okay, was that weird for just me? Why does there need to be a tutor family for the Penvillans? Why can't they just go on to Yelp and find a tutor that way? Why that specific family? Why Ethel? So many questions, and so many remain unanswered. Though I think the main point we found out is Ethel might be connected to this after all, since she has a connection to the family that we weren't aware of. But what would be her motive for getting rid of Linda? Maybe she's in love with Hugh and wants to be the next owner of the manor? Who knows? After Ethel mysteriously disappears into the wind, I am left to solve the last word in the word puzzle. All I can assume is Nigel and Ethel. No!
Looks like it's time for another glow stick.
Remember when I said that the glow stick came with a price? Yeah, it's cashing in on it now. Jane's glow sticks don't last at all, and every time they go out, you have to go back and replay that minigame to get another one. I was so annoyed after all of the running around, getting cakes, getting cornered by Ethel. I just wanted to see what was behind that stupid door. Thankfully, I was able to get another glow stick and then finally actually open the door. Hello. Oh, it unlocked. The mysterious door opens up into another dark passageway. I walked a little ways into it though and encountered yet again another dead end. Ooh, what the heck? Hey girl. Okay, you know what, Linda? I get you now. Because if I had seen that, I would have packed up my bags and ran out of that house so fast no one would have noticed I left. Because what is that? Is Satan their interior decorator? Anyway, this doorway had yet another puzzle. A bunch of triangles that apparently were attached to a grid on the other side of the wall. I think that this was the game's way of letting me know that I couldn't solve this puzzle until I could access the other side. But where could I find the other side? Still mulling over that question, and with nothing else to discover, I decided to head back upstairs, slightly disappointed that there wasn't anything really to discover in that room. I had built up all of that hype for nothing. And I decided to talk to Linda again to tell her the news.
Linda, I found the secret passageway. Jane told me where it is, but I didn't see any curse in there.
How could you have missed it? It was right there, just waiting to be found. Wanting to be found.
Wait, what? Are you telling me that I missed something? I realized this as Linda goes on to explain that she was getting scared of the gargoyle in front of her room, so she moved it around and then suddenly a secret passageway opened. You're telling me there might be another creepy secret passageway I haven't discovered?
Linda, I think someone's trying to scare you off. I think they thought you were getting too close to something that's hidden in this house.
You're right. I did get too close to something. That witch that was burned at the stake. She's cursed me, and she's probably cursed you too.
Listen, Linda, I get that you're stressed, but dang, let's not lose all sense of reality here. Seeing as I was unlikely to get any more information from Linda, I decided to check out the mysterious gargoyle, and although I wasn't as lucky as Linda with accidentally opening it, I did realize something very important. Oh, the painting. I ran downstairs to the various portraits and scoured each one until I found it. Oh, this guy. Yes, another man where I had no idea who he was. Also, I noticed that he had no crest. So I decided that it was time to pay Nigel another visit in the library. Because I hadn't seen him up until this point, I honestly forgot he existed. But he might be the best person to ask about this.
Who is the man in the Great Hall with the gargoyle?
Nigel explains that the man is Corbin Penvillin. He is apparently Eleanor's, the woman who was accused of being a witch's grandson. He lived in France after his family fled England, but according to rumors, he returned to Blackmoor Manor to continue his grandmother's experiments in the mystical arts. The English really had nothing else better to do than making up rumors about people, huh? When we acquire where we could find Corbin's coat of arms, Nigel has us do a favor for him to obtain it. Can anyone in this house just do something out of the kindness of their hearts for once? He apparently is in dire need of a typist and has us take a typing speed test to see if we are up to the challenge. And let me just let the record know that I am a terrible typer. What? Okay, this is my keyboard class all over again. Failure. How could children do this game? Excuse me, I was not a typing master at this age, and I am still not a typing master. I'm actually the worst typer in the world. I feel like you just need to like give me a pass and like just what the answer I want. Oh no, this is just abysmal. Please hire me. Despite the flashbacks to my middle school typing class plaguing my mind, I ended up succeeding at the minigame. Apparently, I could have just keyboard smashed and still passed, but at this point, I was gonna take whatever win I could get. And speaking of wins, I didn't realize this at first, but Nigel left us alone with his computer, which means we can snoop.
Finally, I feel like I've been typing forever. Nigel! Nigel!
Did he leave me alone? This is rude, Nigel. Why does he have a screensaver of himself? Very Twilight-esque. Yeah, weird choice of a screensaver, Nigel. It kind of screams man full of himself. Not something you typically see on a scholar's computer. I ignored Nigel's beady eyes staring at me, trying to make me feel guilty for snooping, and I click onto his notes and find something that I wasn't expecting. Honestly, I'm gonna try my best to summarize this for you guys because I read through the pages of information and don't want to bore you guys into oblivion. So here are the important things we need to know. First, these notes are not consistent with him being a scholar. In every single chapter, it seems like he is dedicated to finding out the secrets of the family to find the secret passageways. Second, we learn that after Eleanor died, her sister took her children to France where they grew up and had their own children, both of which were unlikely to have returned to Blackmoor. But there were rumors of her grandson Corbin returning. But again, that could be gossip. But this is probably why Corbin doesn't have a coat of arms displayed in the house because he never lived there in his lifetime. And finally, well, I'll let you guys hear this one. Oh, this book is so far a total bore. I must dig for the good stuff, even if there doesn't appear to be any. That's weird. That's a weird thing to say, Nigel. Yeah, a really weird thing for a scholar to be worried about. Entertainment really isn't something most scholars are concerned with, so what gives, Nigel? With a growing suspicion, I click onto the last document on Nigel's computer to find the final nail in the coffin. To Nigel. Nigel, I'm very intrigued by what you've learned so far at Blackmoor. Good work. I can definitely see this as a bestseller if you deliver the goods. Or should I say goodies? Ludmilla. So it's looking like Nigel is not who he says he is. It appears that instead of making a dissertation on the Penvillin family, he's making a gossip book? But the question that I could not answer is, what motive should he have in trying to convince Linda that she was turning into the beast of Blackmoor? It seemed like Nigel had little to no interest in her since she's not in his notes, nor do I think he has talked about her since I got here. Maybe there was something bigger going on here, something I hadn't discovered yet. As I was processing this new information, I found Corbin's crest and a thank you note from Nigel resting next to the laptop. With no other information to support my theories, I decided that I should continue on solving this gargoyle puzzle, but when I left the library, I was met with a truly terrifying encounter. Oh my god.
Toil, no fire without oil. No key without toil. No fire without oil. No key without toil. No fire without oil. No key without
What are they doing?
No fire without oil.
Oh yeah, my actions ensure that my name will endure to the end. Penvillin.
That was a little creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy was an understatement. What on earth is going on in this house? I think Nancy needs to ditch getting a family therapist and just straight up call the authorities at this point. It's a lost cause. And if that wasn't weird enough, when I went to investigate whatever Jane poured down that hole, I smelled oil? Do I even want to know what's going on at this point? With even more questions than answers swirling around so fast my head felt like it was going to explode, I tried to ignore it and went to solve the gargoyle puzzle to hopefully find the secret passageway Linda went into. At first, Corbin's crest didn't make any sense to me. I theorized that maybe the comets were telling what direction to spin the gargoyle, but that didn't make sense seeing as all the comets were in the same direction, but then it hit me. Oh, wait. Like, this is blank, so don't move. And this one is like, move once. But I guess we don't know what direction it wants me to move. You do know which direction. Oh, wait, unless it's like left side is don't move. Then if it's on the right, you move it 2 rights. And then it's 1 left, 1 right. 2 lefts, no right, no left, right. See? I'm not completely hopeless. With the code figured out, I rotate the gargoyle in the right directions and finally open the secret passageway Linda found. We'll surely get some answers in there, right? Oh, is this going to lead us to the other part of the door? Scary. What is this?
I can see into Linda's room.
Ew. No! Not the hairy hand. Oh, girl. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Linda is turning into a werewolf, which makes finding out who did this even more important. Time is of the essence here. Okay, but wait. Could we go back to a peephole being in someone's bedroom? This family is full of freaks. Before I could venture any further, of course my glow stick ran out, and I had to return to Jane to get another one. When I returned to her though, I asked her about that creepy scene that I saw with her and Ethel earlier that night.
Jane, I saw you and Ethel performing some kind of ritual. What were you doing?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't play dumb.
You and Ethel were pouring oil or something down some kind of drain.
Coo, you're a daft one. Imagine me and Ethel running around in the middle of the night pouring oil down drains.
I didn't say anything about it taking place in the middle of the night.
Well, isn't that when weird rituals usually take place? In the dead of night? Anyway, you were probably just having a bad dream. Believe me, this castle can sometimes give you nightmares.
So it looks like Jane is also a gaslighter. Let's add that to the list of her many negative characteristics. Or maybe I truly am cursed and now I'm starting to hallucinate things. I'm gonna go with Jane just gaslighting me because I don't think my brain would comprehend being cursed for real. After getting another glow stick, I return to the passageway and run into another puzzle. This time though, the symbols look familiar. Here's the runes, but there was something above it.
Only the blameless shall pass here. All others shall transform into beasts. Tooth and nail shall grow long, and hair shall turn coarse, till their aspect be as loathsome as their cold hearts. Prove thy worthiness, and memorialize here the innocent one so wrongly condemned for saving lives. Else consider thyself right and truly cursed.
So this is what Linda saw. Whoever put that note into Linda's drawer would have known about the secret passageway already. I think we can rule out Nigel since in his notes he detailed how frustrated he was he couldn't figure out where the secret passageways were. So he couldn't have known where this one was. But I'm not so sure about the rest of the house. Jane, Ethel, and Mrs. Drake all have significant ties to the house and most likely know of all of its secrets. I also discovered that there were runes underneath the curse that could be pressed in. Wait, that looks like something I found in Jane's room. Jane very conveniently has a rune translation packet in her room. Apparently, it was part of the studies Ethel was having her doing. But what am I looking for in relation to the runes? Like, what am I trying to spell out with them? After some asking around to be bent with more dead ends, I was nearly at my wit's end. Until I realized, Eleanor?
What can you tell me about Eleanor?
Just that she was burned as a witch, but it wasn't true, and her father, James, died when he saw her die, and then the family fled to France. I don't want to talk about this.
Oh, do we think that we have to spell out her name in the runes? I quickly translate her name and run into the secret passageway to put my theory to the test. And then R. Oh, it opened. I celebrate solving yet another puzzle, feeling super accomplished, like I can take on any puzzle this game throws at me. Completely unaware that my biggest challenge was looming over the horizon, waiting in the shadows to strike. As I follow the deep dark stairway further down, I stumble upon the other side of that puzzle we found in the other secret passageway. Little did I know though that this puzzle would make me lose my mind later on. Where did I come from? Oh, there's another little hallway over here. I just want to talk to the architect and interior designer. What on earth is going on in this house? Anyways, I decided to start messing around and start randomly pressing the buttons when all of a sudden...
Oh, the statue. It's moving.
Huh? Yes, apparently when you press the fingers in a certain combination, that statue in the library with Nigel moves. Thinking I needed more information to solve this puzzle, I put a pin in it and moved on to giving Linda another visit. Hey, how you doing? You having a good time?
How are you doing?
I've been hearing things. Music.
Huh?
Faint. Very brief. Out of nowhere. Going nowhere. Like bells in a faraway church.
Looks like poor Linda is still going through it. And when I turned around to leave, I noticed something odd on her nightstand.
Yuck.
Ugh.
Did you order this meat?
I told you, I get hungry. Now go away.
Girl, you need to calm down with the steak. Raw steak, what the heck? It looks like I need to solve this case soon or Linda is gonna go psycho crazy and start attacking people next. Oh gosh. With no other leads, I decided to do a little exploring and end up picking up a cricket ball. That looks exactly like what I need to hit the bullseye hidden in that slide in the secret room. Get it! Did I do it? Oh, I got yet another piece that goes into the columns of the main room, making that piece number 4 out of 6, just 2 more before I collect them all and figure out the secret behind them. Now, this better be a good secret because I cannot have all of the crazy work that I've done go to nothing. But before I can even think about celebrating my accomplishment, I get cornered once again. Oh, geez.
I guess I should explain.
I see you did not heed my warning. I realize you're a very curious young woman, but know this. These passageways can only lead to misfortune for the uninitiated, and I am not only speaking of physical peril.
And it was at this moment I decided that Ethel was enemy number 1. I was willing to overlook our last conversation, but now it was personal. It was almost like Ethel was waiting in the corner watching my every movement because how did she know where to find me? And we never see her in the game. It's like she's slinking through the secret passageways and watching me through the peepholes. You're creepy, Ethel. I have no idea why you would do this to Linda, but I have got my eye on you. With a new fire ignited in my soul, I trek on to sleep because I think at this point Nancy has been awake for 24 hours. Hopefully nothing crazy happens tonight. Just in case we need another No, I'm out. I'm out. I gotta get out of here. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't have kept Nancy up for an entire day, but even though I was terrified, I ran to the front window to check if the beast of Blackmoor Manor was indeed standing in front of the window. Of course it wasn't, but that did nothing to stave away the anxiety gnawing at my chest. I had to solve this case soon, or else I might need a therapist myself. I go back to bed, and after I wake up, I immediately go back into the secret passageway with the statue holding the sword and honestly just start button mashing. I did a huge oopsie and made my life even more difficult with this puzzle. You see, I didn't realize that there was a peephole that I could see into the library with, and I proceeded to run back and forth from the secret passageway back into the library, testing every finger on the statue. I was at my wit's end, but thankfully, I ended up accidentally solving the puzzle anyway. Okay, he's facing this way. What? Wait, what? Did I do it? I still to this day have no clue how I solved this puzzle or what the actual solution is. I was desperate for a win though, so I pocketed the wand, making that 5 out of the 6 pieces I needed to open all of the columns in the Great Hall. I was on a roll. Take that, Ethel. What did I think would be revealed if I found all the pieces? I don't know, but it better be good. Maybe some handcuffs to arrest Ethel with. After making all of this progress, I thought it might be a good time to update Hugh and maybe get some information on Ethel.
Are you the one who hired Ethel to be Jane's tutor?
No, that was my aunt's doing.
Mrs. Drake?
Yes, she absolutely insisted. She said the Bossinies had been tutoring the Penvillans for centuries and that I was duty-bound to continue the tradition.
Mrs. Drake? Oh yeah, my theory is coming together. What if Mrs. Drake hired Ethel and they are both working as a team to get rid of Linda? Mrs. Drake has a motive and Ethel is getting paid. So that's enough motive, right? Anyway, after our conversation is over, I hang up the phone and head over to the library where I find Nigel in an interesting state. Oh, they put a tarp over it.
Ah, there you are. I'm sorry to inform you that I shall soon be leaving Blackmoor. I just have a few things to take care of, and then I shall bid you adieu.
Oh, he's leaving.
Why? Where are you going?
I have good reason to believe this place is genuinely haunted. There's no way I'm staying here 1 minute longer than I have to. Thankfully, I've finished most of my research and have enough to start my book.
Get pranked, nerd! Nigel must have been the person who covered the statue up. Honestly, I wish there was an option to confront him about lying about being a scholar, but it's okay. Knowing that I was the one who scared him gave me enough satisfaction. I made my way back into the secret passageway, intending to take another crack at the triangle puzzle, but I end up discovering something that took a huge blow to my ego. Is there anything I could take in here? Oh, what's this?
Mercury's all covered up.
I could have just looked at it. My life flashed before my eyes in that moment, wondering where I went so wrong. Why did I end up like this? I had spent so much time going back and forth when I could have just looked through the peephole. I was on the verge of just turning off the game and screaming into my pillow, but I pushed on. And this is where I almost lost my mind. I spent a good 2 hours running around the house looking for any clue to solve the triangle puzzle. Nothing was working. I actually got so desperate, I Googled the solution to not even find the answer. I was at my wit's end, but I decided to try a Hail Mary. I tried putting all of the triangles in one direction and had to fiddle around with it because when you switch a triangle on one side, it changes the other side, which adds a whole new layer of frustration, but I finally managed to do it. Yes, okay. Oh my god, we did it. I think you can tell from the tone of my voice how drained I felt, but a glimmer of good news brought my spirits up.
Wow, looks like I won't be needing any more of Jane's glow sticks.
Finally, I can stop going back to Jane to play that stupid minigame 500 times. Little did I know what horrors were awaiting me behind that door, though. Because from here on out, it gets worse. What's going on in here? What do we got cooking? What?
Oh my gosh,
What?
The room is moving.
The room is moving. Oh my god, I really wish there was a map. I'd have terrible sense of direction. What is this?
The floor's buckling.
What? Okay, I died. Yes, you saw that right. I literally just died. I cannot even begin to describe the complete confusion this whole scenario caused. You walk into a room and then all of a sudden it starts moving. Where? You have no idea. And then you walk out of one of the 4 doors you can choose from and then you just instantly die. Truly confounding. After a few more fumbled attempts, I finally somehow made it to the middle of all of the rooms and acquired something life-saving. What is this? What? Yeah, okay, I had no idea what I was looking at here, but I eventually figured out that this was a map telling me where we were at, us being the red dot, and the little devil and angel tokens represent bad and good places to exit. So the devil is where I literally died. I just want to have a conversation with the architect of this contraption because why would you do this to me? So basically, the triangle is where I started, and the angel is where I'm trying to go to. The issue is the rooms flip with every rotation and you don't know what door leads to what room. How fun. So my goal is to get back into the elevator and then ride it all the way down until we get to the angel. So if I go down, I think that would be fine. Like if I went back, I think that would be fine. And then it moves again. And now I'm here. Oh, it went past me. Poop. How am I supposed to know what direction I'm facing? This is just like like a giant guessing game. I don't know why it did this to me. Why did it put me in the opposite way? I'm gonna be honest, I got no clue what's going on right now. Eventually, I made it into the moving room I was supposed to be in, but for the life of me, couldn't figure out how to exit it. I think I was in there for a good 30 minutes just doing laps before I finally got to my destination. Better be this door. Did I do it? Oh, don't tell me it's locked. What is this? After all of that harrowing work and with a melting brain, I discovered that this game is still not done torturing me, as there is another puzzle to solve before I can find out what is behind that door. I left feeling so dejected. I was reconsidering everything, just packing up and leaving back to America to forget this nightmare ever existed. Sorry, Linda, but you're on your own. And I still couldn't figure out how to leave the moving rooms. I was stuck there again for another like 20 minutes. But no, I could not give up. I had to solve the mystery. I needed to prove to myself that I could do this. So I went to the library to ask Nigel about the symbol I saw on the door.
Do you know what the symbol of a snake eating its tail signifies?
The Ouroboros? It's a very old image and is usually associated with alchemy. You really do come up with the strangest questions, Nancy.
Thank you, Nigel, for not forcing me to play another minigame for this information. I realized thanks to my handy notebook that I can browse the web on my phone for information regarding alchemy. Okay, let's Google alchemy symbols. Don't make me go back down there. I don't want to. It took me like 20 minutes to figure out how the elevators were doing its thing. I don't want to go back down there. Yeah, shortly after I found the information I needed, I realized that I would have to brave the moving rooms again to get back to the puzzle, and frankly, the thought made me want to cry. But after getting so close to solving this puzzle, I just couldn't refuse to go. Oh. Thankfully, getting back to the puzzle wasn't as harrowing as the first time. Things were looking up for me. And as I stared into the depths of the soul of that really intricate puzzle, it finally clicked in my head on how to solve the puzzle. I guess my question is, what are we supposed to be making? I kind of wonder if we're supposed to just make like a bunch of stuff. So if we have to make like one of these, and then we gotta combine it with another thing to make a big thing. Okay, I'm gonna try this. This. And this. Hey, we did it! Basically, there's a symbol that shows up in the bottom right that signifies a substance in alchemy. The buttons on the left are ingredients to make said substances. I have to use the clues on the webpage to figure out which ingredients to press to make each substance that shows up in the bottom right corner. And let me tell you, when I figured that one out, I breezed through this puzzle. Vitriol and nitrate. Hey, we did it! Yay! Look at us go! I was so proud of myself for not needing any help to solve this puzzle. And with a newfound sense of confidence, I forgot all about the horrors of the last hour and finished the puzzle strong. And I'm gonna click on that, and I'm gonna click on that. Surprise, surprise, another creepy room. But something was gnawing at me. How does this room have anything to do with Linda? Obviously someone is using these secret passageways and are protective of them. I'm looking at you, Ethel, but for what reason? Oh, that's fancy.
This looks like some kind of medieval forge. This looks like some kind of ancient mold.
Ooh.
By pulling out different plugs, I can create different patterns in the mold.
Oh, fun. Okay. Little did I know that this mold would be part of the hardest and most demanding puzzle of the game. But don't worry, we'll get to see that in full action soon. After looking around the room, I found various books and torn notes that told an interesting story. And again, I need to paraphrase for you guys because it took me so long to read through everything. But it's really interesting lore. So here's what's important to know. know. First, way back in the day in the 1500s, a tragedy struck the Penvillen family. Garrett, the only son to Charles, unfortunately suddenly passed away. And back then, the law stated only a male heir could inherit the estate. Charles, thinking that this law was super lame and also having a daughter he wanted to inherit the estate instead, decided to change it so that any firstborn child of the appropriate generation would be the heir and also an initiate. Second, the initiates. Remember what Ethel told us earlier? If we weren't an initiate, we would face perilous things. Well, she wasn't lying about that one. Well, apparently, when you are an initiate in the family, you have to solve a number of trials made by each initiate before you. And they all have a duty to guard the Penvillen treasure. And lastly, there is definitely something bigger afoot here. It's looking like there is truly a Penvillen treasure that is hidden within the house. And now, after reading all of this, my theory has changed. Instead of revenge on Linda, I wonder if someone is trying to discover the Penvillen treasure. And when Linda got too close for comfort, they tried to scare her off. If that is truly the case, then it becomes even more important to figure out who is behind this and stop them from stealing the treasure. But first, I needed to figure out how to turn on the forge, which in Penelope Penvillen's note to future initiates mentions that the forge needs air, water, earth, in liquid form, and fire to ignite. After I read all of the notes I could find, I rounded the corner and found yet another minigame to play. Thankfully, this one was pretty simple. You, being Aeolus, the god of the wind, must move around the squares and capture the 4 winds that got loose. If they manage to blow you off the board, then you lose and have to start all over. Okay, I'm ready. I think I understand it now. After finishing the puzzle, I began to hear air blow into the forge.
It sounds like air is going to the forge.
Oh, nice. This means we just got one step closer to being able to use the forge and another step closer to one of the most confusing puzzles ever. Can't wait. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, and I can't believe I forgot this because this is kind of important. I found a book that I hadn't seen in the room after I finished the minigame, which details that the columns in the main hall, when unlocked, will light the forge in order to make the key to unlock what the Penvillen treasure is. I just knew those columns were important. Also, each family member lists out which column takes their puzzle piece and a clue on where we can find them. Oh yeah, we're cooking now. I also found out a clue concerning the last puzzle piece of the columns. According to John, I must help an amphibian friend cross the pond in the conservatory. Whatever that means. There's only one small problem though. In order to do that, I need to figure out how to turn on the water, because if you don't remember, the fountain in the conservatory where Mrs. Drake occupies her time is dry. Before we set off to figure out how to do that, I also found out a clue on how to get fire to the forge. Apparently, the gargoyle guy, you know, Corbin, hides another little secret with the gargoyle. We need the mercury wand we obtained from the statue we scared Nigel with to tame his gargoyle and 2 other of his friends. And again, whatever that means, this family's weird. And before I could leave, my mod Liv told me to check out a little hidden room to get some secrets. And you should know by now that I cannot resist secrets. Turn back to the door. Oh wait, is this, could I go here? Yep, oh okay. Okay. Oh, sneaky. Oh, I wouldn't have even found that.
I'm at the bottom of the well.
Oh. Oh my goodness. My dear little Jane, just a quick note. Enclosed is what you requested. I hope it will help you. I hope it will help your guinea pig. It certainly helped me. All the best, Uncle Roger. So, if you solve the puzzle on the door before entering that room, you can actually never access what is inside, and you can lose out on getting this information. I will explain what this extra tidbit of information means later because it's very dark, and may or may not be connected to the dark secret of Jane's late guinea pig that I mentioned in the very beginning of the video. So, let's move on from that for now. As I exit the secret passageway, I get a call from none other than Ned, our boyfriend who I forgot existed until this very moment. Sorry, Ned, but I got a mystery to solve. We briefly catch up and I fill him in on what's going on in the case, and Ned points out the obvious that I definitely didn't realize. Go figure.
Well, I was hoping to find the fabled Penvillen treasure, but all there is in there is an old forge.
Forge? Isn't the thing you use to heat metal and make swords and stuff?
Right.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, actually, the forge looks like something I saw in that strange picture book Jane has that I told you about before, which means I should probably check it out more thoroughly.
Probably hasn't been used for centuries.
That's the thing. It looks like it has been used recently. I mean, relatively recently. Certainly within the past 50 years or so.
What would someone be using a forge to make in this day and age?
There was also this big keyhole in the lab.
What about a key?
No key.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's what has to be forged.
The key that goes in that keyhole?
That'd be my guess.
Why didn't I realize this right away? So, after our conversation, I found myself in the conservatory trying to figure out the water puzzle. But instead, I was reminded about Mrs. Drake's Venus flytrap guarding that piece of paper that I never got around to reading. Well, actually, I did order food earlier, but it never came, so I couldn't solve it, okay? And then I, forgot about it. Whoops. So, I once again ordered the food that I would need to distract the Venus flytrap. As I patiently waited, I proceeded to find all 3 gargoyles Corbin lists in his note telling us the clues on how to solve the fire puzzle. The first gargoyle was the one that we opened the secret passageway with, the second gargoyle was in the Great Hall, and the third one was hidden in the corner of the Green Dragon Room. But I was really stumped on what to do with them and the Mercury wand that I gotten earlier. Like, how are they connected? What do I do with them? Do a little bibbidi-bobbidi-boo action. Oh, wait, what does it want me to do? It's counting. I don't know why it's counting. Oh, no. Oh, run. Ah! Don't get turned around. Oh, no. Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
This wand probably works through magnets.
Okay, did it do its thing? Even though I had inadvertently figured out how to turn on the mechanism and activate each gargoyle, there was still something missing. I had done what Corbin told me, right? So what gives? Well, I couldn't figure it out. And eventually my mod Liv told me I had to hit my wand against the weird hole in the middle of the room I had completely forgotten about up until this point. Little pat.
Well, that didn't do anything. Maybe there's something else I need to do first.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awkward. And unfortunately, my luck ran cold once again. I was still missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. What it was, I wasn't sure. But what I was sure of was that I was gonna finally wolf down that food I finally got delivered to my room. After I realized my meal was actually a bland dish, not seasoned at all turkey with soggy peas. Delicious. I decided to swipe a piece of turkey to feed to that Venus flytrap that's guarding that super secret letter in Mrs. Drake's desk. He's happy, yay! And do you know what I found out after I did all of this work? Nothing new. I jumped through hoops like a little circus monkey on steroids and had the worst meal of my life to only learn what we knew before. The silver lining in all of this is now at least we have a definitive motive. This note from her lawyer is proof that she sought out information about the clause of who inherits the estate. And why would you be interested in that if you had no intention of inheriting? At this point, I was convinced that Mrs. Drake and Ethel were in cahoots. I just needed more proof. After all of that, I realized I was so focused on opening the door to the secret room that I forgot to solve the puzzle on it. Because if you remember, if you solve the puzzle on the door before going in, you miss out on the secret inside forever. Time for big brain. Yes. What did she say the goal was? My brain threw it out. I got really focused on the blue things, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I didn't remember the explanation of the puzzle and had to have my mod Liv spoon feed me the rules like I was a little baby. Curse my little bird brain. Basically, the goal is that I needed to isolate 4 triangles together for the puzzle to unlock. How I couldn't remember that, it beats me. This is crazy, but what if I brute forced it? What if I just went crazy? Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. We need 4, so we need 1 isolated. If I move these 2 here, that'll just group together. If I move these are kind of trapped here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey? I I hear water. Oh my gosh, she came to life. She's beautiful. Oh, we can play a game. Oh, looky here. Another mini game we have to play. Though at this point, it really shouldn't be a surprise. Thankfully, this mini game is a simple one. It's based off of the book that we found in Bridget's room, The Princess and the Frog. We need to help the little frog find its way across the pond and to the princess. I need to spray the tiles to make a path for the frog, but if I hit the wrong one, an alligator appears and eats the frog. So unfortunately, I have to start all over. Poor frog. Oh, I'm supposed to find lily pads. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, is it new every time? Like it's a new path every time? Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, he made it. That's very sweet. Oh! And with that, we finally unlocked the last puzzle piece needed to solve the column puzzle in the main hall, and we can unlock all of its secrets. I am so excited. Now we have to put these in the right order. I'm guessing these connect to the little circle in the center of the room so that they can flow down into the forge. You're making it a loop, but one of them looks different. Oh, interesting. I have that. Oh, okay, yeah, this one's different. I guess if we're trying to make it so it flows, this is a bottom. Like, if all the water poured into here, it would just sit there. Look at me figuring out puzzles all by myself. It seems something has finally clicked in my little bird brain, and I was able to put the pipes together no problem.
Sounds like I did something right.
Hey, I did it! And after waiting in anticipation, we finally solved the 6-column puzzle. And now gas is being funneled into the little hole in the center of the room, which now means I can solve the gargoyle puzzle I couldn't solve from before. I love it when a plan comes together. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Hey, we did it! Fire!
Whoa, something tells me I just succeeded in lighting the forge.
And this, my friends, brings us to the most important point of the video. We are one step away from solving this case, and I can finally go home where I can eat good food and not pink turkey slices and beans. But one thing stands in my way. The hardest puzzle of the game, and it's the literal key to solving this entire thing. While in the forge, I picked up the mold to, forge the key. The thing is, how on earth was I supposed to figure out what the mold should look like? While I was pondering this question, I decided that it would be best to go to bed, but then something slid under my door.
What was that?
Where
did this come from? Doom shall come on swift wings to thee who has seen forbidden things.
At this point, I was completely convinced Ethel was the one slipping these threatening things under my door and slinking around in the hallway. And it also reinforced that conclusion when I ran across Mrs. Drake in the hallway hanging an evil eye over Linda's door. She most likely put it there to scare her. If only I could just make the key, this whole thing would be over. I decided to pay Jane one last visit to see if she had any insight on how to make the mold.
Nancy, I'm so afraid. Someone just sent me this horrid message. Look at this.
This house is now mine, so of this be warned. Thou hast angered me and shall soon be gone.
Now look on the other side. That symbol is a rune. Right side up, it means protection like a shield. But there, it's upside down. It means I'm in danger.
Okay, wait. Why would Mrs. Drake and or Ethel give Jane this note? She has nothing to do with anything. Unless... No. Jane can't be involved. She's just a kid. She's too busy playing her board games. I can't be outsmarted by a kid. Come on. And when we tell her not to worry about it, she shuts down and becomes very cold to us.
I wouldn't take this seriously, Jane. Someone in this house is up to no good, and I'm determined to find out who it is.
Are you really? I mean, none of these weird things started happening until you came to Blackmoor. How do I know it's not you who's behind all this?
I think you can trust me.
I think not. I don't think I can trust anyone right now. I wish I'd never come back to this place. It's old and cold, and I hate it. And I just don't want to be here.
I know you're upset, but please, you have to trust me. I'm on your side.
Bye.
Oh, okay, that was a sassy bye. Honestly, I would have been like that too if I got a threatening letter and the adult that I looked up to told me not to overreact. Even though I don't like her, I can't blame her for that one. While looking around Jane's room one more time, I encountered something new. A postcard. Rome. Was that there before, or was I like not paying attention.
Looks like Jane's real mother is in Italy, just like her father.
Scandal. Oh, now that's messy. But do you want to know what's even messier? Pick up.
Penvelin.
Hi,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Penvelin.
Nancy, how can I help you?
Did you know that Jane's mother is in Rome?
Renee is in Rome too? I knew she was traveling, but she neglected to tell me her itinerary. Fortunately, it's a big city, but thank
Fortunately.
you for warning. Anything else?
Remember when I said to remember that Jane's father, Hugh, is currently in Rome? This is why. So, what do we all think? Is he cheating on Linda with his ex-wife? Please post all of your theories because I am very nosy and like the drama. Anyway, I asked Hugh about Uncle Roger and what he has to do with Jane's guinea pig because of that note that we found at the bottom of the well in the secret room.
A guinea pig? Well, seeing as most guinea pigs are covered with hair and Roger's pate is rather sparsely populated, in my opinion, he would have nothing in common with a guinea pig, save perhaps its IQ. Why do you ask?
It's a long story.
Now, I want you guys to remember this information. It will be important for later. Anyways, after trying to stir up drama with Hugh, I was in a troublemaking mood. So I found Mrs. Drake and confronted her about hanging an evil eye over Linda's door.
Why did you put that charm above Linda's door?
What? I fail to see why that is any of your concern. But if you must know, I was only trying to help Linda. Oh, I am at a loss as to what to do about her. A complete loss. Sometimes extraordinary situations require extraordinary measures. I thought that perhaps a charm would help.
Yeah, likely story. I am just one more puzzle away from solving this whole mystery and exposing you and your fake British accent, Mrs. Drake.
Do you have any idea why Hugh and his first wife got divorced?
Well, that is quite an inappropriate question. Since you asked, Hugh and Renee did not heed my advice and ended up marrying ever so young. Far too young. People grow in strange ways as they get older, and all too often they grow in different directions.
Very
Jane
true.
was inconsolable after the divorce, but she's responded quite well, especially after Hugh remarried.
Okay, I had to ask. Probably a rude question, but worth it to get some important information. Maybe Jane's mom hired Ethel to get rid of Linda. I don't know. I'm just going crazy with theories right now. Let's just get back on track. I continue my desperate search for any information on how to make the key to unlock the Penvelin treasure. And my search took me back to Jane's room where I found something that changed everything. Oh, wait. Well, this is interesting. This graph in the book just happens to match exactly to the crosses in the mold. We must be onto something here. What do these symbols mean though? Didn't have a clue. As I stared at them though, it dawned on me why I thought they might look familiar. But what does this tell me? Oh, wait. These little thingies, that's a T. So like, does that mean like that's a T, like that just stays the same? Hi, editing Skylar here. So nowhere in the script or in the actual footage, I explain my thought process on this, and the rest of it is really confusing if I don't explain it. So I'm going to explain this really fast. The lines next to the phrases on top of the crests are telling you to either push in or push out the lines on the mold. And at that moment, I figured it out, but didn't vocalize it. And I also didn't include it in my script. So I just wanted to pop in here and make that really clear before we move on. Does anyone have a lion on their crest? Oh, wait, I think I see it. This one. Whoa. Wait, I think I'm cooking. Yes, cooking, as in my brain was about to get fried and burnt to a little crisp. The thing is, with this puzzle, a lot of the crests have the same symbols in them. And also, you don't know if the lines mean to push in the bars or to keep them out. So there could literally be hundreds of combinations and you would have no clue where you went wrong. All of this combined made the perfect recipe for me to slowly lose my mind. Okay, he's got 3 stars. He's a mega star. Oh, but she's also got a star. I don't know. You're definitely on the right track. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm like, okay, that stuff is definitely the crests because of like all the symbols and stuff. And I was kind of wondering when I was looking at his, I was like, why are there like extra lines here? So we're a little questionable on the star. So if we're looking for the snake, this is definitely his. I wonder if it's all of the people who were initiates, because we were saying like it's every other. It was like every other generation who were the initiates. Now we have what is it, a Pegasus? There's a unicorn. Oh wait, this guy's got a Pegasus. Let me just go around and make sure. Okay, we got a mouth, which is the parrot guy. So his is like that. Or this girly pop has got a water droplet. That's the only one that looks like that. I'm gonna completely mark that one out. Can I use this? Oh. Okay.
It looks like some kind of key.
Is it the right one? I don't know. Now, does it go in here?
It doesn't work.
Oh, are we surprised I was completely wrong? I ended up going back and trying to invert the mold to see if it was the other way around instead. Hello, we're back again. I'm like, does this look good?
It doesn't work.
Ah! I did it wrong. Okay. Whose crest did I mess up? And here comes me being pushed to the brink of insanity. I cannot begin to tell you how many different times I tried to get the correct mold. And let's just say I had one thing wrong. I didn't even know what I got wrong, so I couldn't even fix it if I wanted to. My brain was melting, and pretty soon everything started to look the same. I was beginning to lose my mind, and all because I did not know that none of it was working because I was missing one major thing. I feel like I must have someone's crest wrong. Yeah,
work.
I have something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna reset it again. Oh, I guess this one technically has a droplet too, huh? I guess I didn't notice that. Okay, maybe this is making a little more sense. Maybe it was her that I was getting wrong. So I was like, aren't these two not supposed to be next to each other? But I was like, then it's the only one with a droplet. But that other one has a droplet. You have the sun drop one wrong. Oh, there's another sun? Because I suck at attention to detail, I missed that very big piece of the puzzle. I can now do what I've been trying to do this entire time. There's one crest that is not on the wall. Remember Corbin? We have his crest on a piece of paper. Now that I've gotten that figured out, I can finally solve the puzzle and put this mystery to an end. Did I do it? Wait, what the heck? She didn't say anything. Oh no.
Doesn't work.
Oh no! What do you mean this didn't work? I was at my wit's end. All hope was lost. I was about ready to give up and turn off the game forever. I was spiraling. But then, my mod live saved the day. Show me the mold. You did the sun one backwards. Oh, like, it's supposed to be pushed in like this. Okay, let's try it again.
There, that looks right.
We did it! We finally solved the last puzzle, and all we need to do is open this up, and then we find the evidence we need to get Mrs. Drake and Ethel.
Whatever you just found, it's mine.
Huh? You have got to be kidding me. Jane? For a moment, I was lost in bewilderment, but then my mind snapped back to life. Suddenly, it all made sense. Memories surged forward, rising from the shadowy corners of my mind where I had buried them, sealed away by the trauma of Jane's twisted games. It all made sense. She had the motive, she hated Linda, and she also had a vast knowledge of the house and its secret passageways. How could I be so blind? But before I can even act, Jane does something unthinkable.
A rock? 600 years of secrets and mystery and puzzles, all because of a stupid rock? No way. There must be something under it.
No,
Oh.
don't touch it.
Oh no!
Jane, I told you not to touch it.
What was that? Was that it? Okay, I might have done an oopsie there. I actually thought that that was the end of the game. I sat there for a good 30 seconds thinking that was a weird way to end the game. Then I realized I died because I didn't dive out of the way. But how was I supposed to know to do that? I thought I was just watching a cutscene. Anyways, I reloaded and tried again, this time saving myself, but Jane was not so lucky. Oh.
Help! Nancy,
Okay.
help me. It's pitch black in here. I can't see anything. Get me out of here, please. I'm sorry I was mean to you before. I'm sorry for everything.
What do you mean by everything?
Please don't make me talk anymore, Nancy. There's no air in here. I can't breathe.
I've got to figure out a way to get that box out of her fast.
Or she's gonna die? Okay, bye, Jane. See you later. I'm just kidding. I'm not that heartless. Just because I don't like her minigames does not mean I want her to suffocate. Even in my panic, I eventually found the way to let her out. The minigame where you capture the winds actually also controls the statue in the room. You can make it move and pick up the metal box that fell on Jane. Oh no, you're gonna die, little girl. I'm so sorry. Oh wait, oh, I see the box. There we go. Okay. We did it. Crisis averted.
Thank you.
Dear Ned, well, there is a Mr. Blackmoor. Jane.
We did it! And with that, we solved the mystery! Jane was the culprit all along. Apparently, she did want her parents back together, and she thought the only way to do that was to get rid of Linda. Kind of psychotic kid, but you gotta love the effort. She used the hair growth pills from her Uncle Roger in Linda's moisturizer and put Mrs. Drake's allergy pills in Linda's food to simulate all of her symptoms, which could have gone horribly wrong, seeing as she could have easily poisoned Linda, but luckily that didn't happen. And of course, we told Hugh everything that happened, and he was very upset, though he, Linda, and Jane all had a family heart-to-heart and decided to do whatever it takes to become a real family. Oh, happy ending. See what a little therapy could do? Since then, though, Hugh has encouraged Jane to work on her own contribution to keep the meteorite safe, securing a centuries-long tradition in the family. Now, the dark secret I've been promising to tell you guys. Jane's guinea pig. I suspect with all the information we've uncovered, you might guess this, but I'll quickly explain. The game suggests that Jane's guinea pig passing away was actually her fault because she was giving it her uncle's hair growth medicine. Very sad, and honestly makes me feel a little bit bad for her, but I still don't forgive her for putting me through all of that. But this concludes my first playthrough of Nancy Drew, The Curse of Blackmoor Manor. Now I can finally go home, relax, and book a therapy session to work through the trauma this case caused me. Thank you so much for making it through the video. I really appreciate it. And if you like these kinds of videos, I'll be uploading more in the near future, so make sure to subscribe. I also stream my playthroughs on Twitch and YouTube, so if you're interested in catching them live, follow me on either platform. I stream every Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and every other week I also try to stream on Fridays at the same time. I am going to be streaming my first playthrough of Nancy Drew, The Ghost of Thornton Hall on October 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, so make sure you're following me if you want to be part of that. I also have a Discord server you can join so you can get all kinds of notifications and information to stay up to date. I also wanted to say a big thank you to my mod Liv, who helped make sure I experienced the full game and all of its secrets. She has a YouTube channel where she plays Nancy Drew, so follow her there if you like that content. The link is in the description. And lastly, thank you to all my subscribers on Twitch for supporting the channel. Your support means the world to me and helps me make better content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!